Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm Mary,
I'm Linda.
and we're with Pinky Mom Sisters in the kitchen this morning, and we're just excited that about a lot of things this morning. But one of them is little Linda is back with us,
Yes.
filming for us. So
We have our whole crew this morning.
Yes,
Thank the
yes,
Lord.
yes.
And it's such a gorgeous day.
it is, and thank y'all for your prayers for little Linda, because she is much, much better today, and it just makes all the difference in the world when we got somebody behind the camera.
And it affects all of us too. Yeah,
does.
not just that, but because we were worried about her.
Right. Okay, so we're making a bread pudding this morning, and for your members, the recipe is on there, and I made this recipe up as I was going, so I forgot to write down how much bread that I used, so you probably would need a little more bread than 2 cups, but anyway, it depends on the size container that you're using of how much bread you use. You can use Italian loaf, day-old bread, Italian loaf, but this is the hot rolls that I made last week.
That's going to be delicious.
That's what I put in here, and I'll just show you. You just want it in chunks. I just thought I'd do one. These are kind of small rolls, so I just cut them down like that. But these I've had out. You want your bread to kind of be dry, so that's why I had these already cut up, so they would get dry. It soaks up your liquids a lot better. Okay, all right, now we're going to set this aside. Just set it aside because I'm going to put it in the bowl in a few minutes.
Okay.
I broke my eggs, and the way I do it is I beat these up. I'm sure there's lots of ways you can do bread pudding, but this is the way I do it. And so I'm going to beat these eggs real good. You can bring all that over here now, Linda.
Okay.
You want, and so Linda, you'll put me some sugar in here.
Okay, we're using Imperial sugar.
Yes.
We are sponsored by Imperial Sugar, and this is extra fine. It's really good sugar.
Yeah. So mix it up.
Get your milk out.
Yeah. And like I said, there's lots of ways you can make this, but
I started smelling that. Do you do that when you're
yes,
over milk?
Yes, I do.
It's something that I have just
I do.
always done, and it's a good date on it. It's just before you think of it, I do it, and I don't know why, but you want that in there
yes,
now?
please. Yes, please.
Oh my goodness! Of course, I knew I would spill that.
Okay.
I'll get
Get a new washcloth down there. I just the one on the bottom. I just took I put the dirt, put the one I was using in the dirt place.
Okay, let me get your other out here.
Yeah, and then that was whole milk. Now she's gonna put the same equal amount of heavy cream.
See if I can spill this too.
I knew I was gonna say that. That's okay. That's heavy cream. The sauce has that heavy cream in it too, so you don't have to wash the bowl. Don't put it in the sink as well.
Okay. So do you want me to leave the heavy cream out or put it back in the refrigerator?
Put it back in the refrigerator. It'll be a few minutes before we do the sauce. We'll do the sauce while this is cooking. So I just mix it up as I go. Now we put some cinnamon.
Okay.
And you know what? I guess these pecans.
I need to chop those up.
Well, I'll add the. You go ahead. Yeah, you can chop the pecans.
Okay. Thank you, Linda.
While I put some nutmeg in here. Just put the cinnamon in there.
Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, thank you. And then I put some nutmeg. Just a little bit of nutmeg.
You don't want the vanilla yet.
No, I don't. Well, yeah, I do too. But you can chop the. I guess you need to slow down. But I'm trying to get this.
Trying to get it in the oven, yeah, because it takes a while to cook.
Right. Thank you, Mother.
You're welcome.
All right, just stir this around. And that nutmeg, it won't stick. Lump up.
Is that, do they need to be chopped more? A little bit?
No, that'll be fine. That'll be fine. Let me go ahead and move this out of the way because we got everything on here except this and that. Do this.
There's still some little big chunks in there. Is that okay?
That's okay. That's okay.
Okay.
See, this is just milk. And then put the pecans in here. And then the raisins.
Do you need a thing for that?
I know about how much
Yeah,
this is.
okay.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna make sure they're
And
separated.
you're using the
I'm
golden.
using the golden one
I
because
love the
that's what I
golden.
had.
Remember when Molly used to plump them? Did she
Yeah,
make
put
the
them in
raisins
water.
high?
Yeah, yeah. Yep.
Oh, you need me to do this?
Well, you can. Now I'm gonna put my bread in here and let it. I'm gonna put all my bread in here and let it soak just for a few minutes. A lot of people say you have to soak this for 10 or 15 minutes, and you can. I usually about 5 minutes. I made this the other day, and Linda and Carla and I, we eat quite a bit of it.
Edward loves stuff like that.
Yeah,
The sauces on it.
yeah. So instead of letting it sit here because of our time wise, I'm trying my best to put it down in this milk so it all gets soaked up. And by my bread having my bread laid out, already chopped up, it was already dry, and the drier the bread is, the easier it soaks up. Quicker. The bread soaks that sauce up when it's dried. Some people puts them in the oven to toast it, to get it dried out, but not that. The rose was over a day old, and so I was pretty sure that.
Are these pats okay, Mary?
That's fine, Linda.
Is that too?
Absolutely. No,
too,
I just want to put them.
I can cut them in half if you wanted to.
I preheated my oven at 350. Now I buttered my pan, and what you see in here is crumbs. I already measured my bread to see whether it fit in this pan or not. This is a 2-quart pan. I'll take that spatula if you don't mind.
Oh.
And
I'm not watching these. I'm just
no, I don't
get them out of the way.
Just gonna put it in here.
That looks really delicious.
Yep. Sure. And if you'll set that over there for me, Linda.
Are you through with this, or you
I'm
going to
through
use
with
it again?
I'm absolutely through with that bowl. There's all kind of sauces that you can make. Man, people wonder what I'm saying. I made the sauce that I made the other day is kind of almost like a caramel sauce. Not exactly, but
That would be
almost.
really good.
And it was good. But I tell you what I'm wanting to do. I'm wanting to perfect myself on a custard sauce to go over it.
Okay.
My friend, Barbara Longmire, she passed away 2 years ago, but she had the best. She made the best.
Possible,
I know. She made the best sauce. It was a custard sauce that she put over her bread pudding. Now I'm just taking the butter and just spreading it around on top. It'll sink down to the bottom and go through your.
That looks really good, Mary.
Thank you, Linda.
You're welcome. I'm sorry, I should have got your bench scraper
that's
out to
okay.
pick that up with.
That's all right. Just spread it around, and that should do it.
And are you through with this?
I'm through with all that.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna put it in the oven, and we will make the sauce. If you want to make a bigger bread pudding, you just double the recipe. Okay, wipe this off, and then we'll start the sauce. Linda.
And what are you going to mix this up in?
In the saucepan.
Oh, in this.
In the saucepan.
Okay.
Yep. The saucepan.
So tell me what you need.
Okay. Well, let me put the saucepan here so they can see. This needs to be opened. I haven't opened the Imperial brown sugar yet.
Are you through with the granulated?
No.
Okay,
I
so we'll leave that out.
I need the same amount of heavy. You need to pack the
Okay.
brown sugar and this sugar.
Well, I'm gonna get scissors.
All right. I always have to, Linda. So it's just equal parts of brown sugar and this is a very sweet sauce. I mean, but the bread is not that sweet. The pudding itself is not that sweet, and then you put this caramel on top of it, and it's very sweet. All right, so there, Imperial, and then
I do the same thing. I
Do you?
pack it, yeah, like that.
yeah.
You through with this?
Yes, I am. And let me get my spoon here.
Are you through with this?
I am.
Okay.
And then, I'm gonna need some, whipping cream.
Okay. And
Okay.
did you say you needed butter? Have you already
I
got
am
that
gonna
out?
need some butter. I don't think I got the butter out. This is flour. I need a whole stick, yeah. But we put that in there. I just cooked a while. I need salt. I didn't get no salt.
Okay.
This is, the salt bowl is right there. Did you see it? Yeah.
Got it.
Okay, I need this right here, the salt. And this is flour, light brown, sugar, Imperial sugar, and light brown, brown sugar. Just kind of mix it up. And
This?
that, did you put salt in here?
I did.
Okay. Yes, whipping cream. Alrighty, just put it in there.
Get that all out.
That's
good.
okay. That's all right. Just stir it around, and then we're gonna cook it.
Is that everything?
That's it. We put the butter and the flavoring in it. We put butter and flavoring after it's cooked a little.
You need the burner on?
I do.
Whoops.
And the butter I put in here after it.
Right,
when it gets.
when it gets,
Yeah.
I'm just unwrapping it for you.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Linda. Getting that close.
And what else, you said the vanilla? You put that in?
I need vanilla and butter after this comes to a boil. This will get thick. You can, after you cook it a little bit.
This is how to look at your recipe.
Like I said, I was making this and just writing it down. I hope I did. Because what I made the other day was delicious.
It sure looks good.
I'm assuming that I didn't leave something out. I don't think I did. But that's the way I cook. It's so hard for me to follow a recipe, I guess.
Because we've cooked for
Because-
70-something years just doing it
I
without a
just, when I
recipe.
get ready to make something, I just start putting stuff together and I'm not paying attention about what I'm putting in there.
So if the members ever see there's a little bit of difference in it, y'all know why, because we do make adjustments. Sometimes
Yeah.
we try to fix them on the
Yeah,
website.
we tried, yeah.
Have little Linda
Now,
fix
on
them.
this
We don't
on
do
this
that.
recipe, I actually set a measurement on that bread, but it actually depends on what size container you're using, and you don't want it to be too terribly full because your pudding is gonna
It's gonna pop up.
puff up. But if you want it to puff up, you put it completely full. And I started to do that way this morning, but I said, no, I better do it just like I did it the other day. I almost have to cook what I'm cooking one time ahead of time because I'm so afraid I'm gonna tell somebody something wrong, so I usually make it twice.
Sometimes I do. What I'm making tomorrow, if I can't make that without a recipe, I'm pretty bad off. I had to check my potatoes in the pantry, and we had 3 potatoes, and they're big ones, and I wrote down on my grocery list to get some potatoes, because sometimes, you know, when you have a big potato and you cut into it, and part of it's not any good.
Right.
So I don't want to get started tomorrow and have to run to the store to get another potato.
Right. Well, you've cooked scalloped potatoes for years. Isn't that what you make?
Yeah. But I just make mine a little different than
you do, but they're good.
most everybody does.
Well, something that I don't cook on a regular basis, whatever, I guess I doubt myself. You know, I guess you probably not like that.
No, I know exactly what you mean. It's anything that you do in life, like me, if I have a task to do and I either don't know how to do it or it's not one of my favorite things to do, that gets put down on the list.
Yeah.
Did we have a question?
Oh,
Where did you get your tops?
Oh,
these tops, our blouses?
Mm-hmm.
Dillard's. It took me a minute to think, and we get all of our blouses, or just about all of them.
These are actually Dillard's brand, Westbound.
Yeah.
They're really considered like a t-shirt, but I don't wear t-shirts because, first of all, I don't like the short sleeves. Not that I wouldn't wear a short sleeve. I've just never been a t-shirt person.
Yeah.
So these are more of like a work top, you know, that you can go out and shop in them, but they're not dressy. We wouldn't wear them to church probably when we married.
I probably would on Wednesday night. I hadn't done it, but I probably would. But it's not dressy.
Right. They're good to wear with
Yes.
skirts.
Yes. I just want to get
That's
this.
looking nice. It smells good too. Did we set the timer for that?
No, we didn't. No,
So
we
what
didn't.
time do you want me to set it for?
Set it for about 40 minutes.
Okay.
No, yeah, it's been in there about 5 minutes. Okay, it's, now I'll take the butter.
Okay, I've got it right here.
Okay. Would you mind chopping it up? Where's
Oh,
that
you
knife?
wanted smaller pieces.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
sure.
it won't take as long to melt. It don't have to be too small, but just something that won't take it as long to melt. And on this sauce, you can put it on your bread pudding about a few minutes. When the pudding first comes out of the oven, at least mine does, it's bubbling because of that butter. And once it stops doing that, it soaks all that up, and it's not a lot of butter on top. But I let that bubble and stop, and then I can pour some of this over this. This makes quite a bit of sauce, and you can or you can wait and just serve your bread pudding and put it individually
And
your
pour it
sauce
over,
over
yeah.
and get what you want. I poured it over all of it, and then Carla and I we like this sauce so much we added some more to it when we made our
probably
serving.
soaked down in it when you
It
first,
does some.
when you first
It
put
does
it on
some.
there, doesn't it?
It does some, yes. And when you taste of the bread, you'll get a little piece of the bread, and it's not sweet. But when it's mixed with this sauce, and this is
Yeah.
sweet, it really is good.
Yeah, because it's got brown sugar and
Yeah.
regular sugar in it.
Right. So, this will get thick the longer you cook it. So you don't want to cook it till it turns to a candy. It's usually, I just kind of judge it, because you can feel it when it starts getting thick. And you don't want it so thick that because it'll be almost like caramel
Yeah.
when you cook, the longer you cook it. Okay, well, and our aprons, birthday aprons, you can, if your birthday was in February, you can text it to our business phone number. you need your name and your phone number on there. Your name, phone number, and the date of your birthday.
And we have been so preoccupied
Yes.
with several of the things that we have. We'll think about it the day before, and the day we're filming, we forget about it. So we apologize about that. But
We were going to draw the name for today, but because we have not given y'all an opportunity to put your birthday on there, because I haven't gotten nearly as many birthdays texted to me. I do have some, but not like I usually have.
Right.
So we're going to give y'all another day. So tomorrow at Linda's house, when we're filming, we're going to draw for the February birthday for the free apron.
So if you had a birthday in February and you didn't
Yes.
already text, please text your name, your phone number, and your birth date. We don't need the year, just whatever the day in February,
Right.
to 903-235-4804.
Right. So.
And if it's sent anywhere else, it won't get added, so it needs to be sent to that number.
Right. No, if you send it to us to our private phone numbers, because a lot of you have it, it won't get in the drawing because I can't go to four
Several
different
different
phones
places, yeah.
and get them. So
Mary does this every month, and she has to have it all in one place. It's just too difficult. Time consuming,
Right.
is what I should say.
yeah. Well, what it is, it's impossible to go back. I get so many texts, and you do too. Until I can't go back through all the texts, our personal texts.
That looks so good.
Yeah, it's getting
It's
thick.
nice and bubbly.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And if y'all are watching us, y'all want to stay on. Don't get off. You want
Right.
to stay on because
We're gonna give y'all some good news here in a few minutes. All right, I'm gonna take this off because I know this gets thicker, and I'm gonna put my flavoring in it. And
I made that Pampered Chef Scampi seasoning last night.
Skippy, what'd you think about it?
Well, it was really good. I kind of do like y'all do, made my own. Like I used the
Okay.
Scampi,
Uh-huh.
but then I made Alfredo fettuccine noodles.
uh-huh.
My kids ate I did 3 pounds of shrimp.
Is
I use
that-
shrimp.
Oh,
3 pounds of
wow.
shrimp, a whole box of fettuccine, and it is gone.
Oh,
that
that's
was
good.
awesome.
Yeah, that's good. Well, now you found something your boys like
Yeah.
because her boys are picky, very picky.
That's one of the new spring products.
Yes.
The Scampi and the Pad
Yes.
Thai, which you can buy now, by the way.
Right. Okay. All right. I'm gonna
I
like
have
that
some
cool.
more to give you.
Okay, we'll use it.
I'm gonna put this in the dishwasher. I guess we're gonna sit down. Our sauce is
Carla, do you like it? Do you like
see, it's
Yes.
this is,
And Pad Thai?
Yes,
Okay, we'll get you
yes.
some too.
My sister
and
got
I'm just
me
gonna
a-
let it sit here until and cool until our pudding gets ready. And so Linda, I guess if you'll follow us over here.
She's always getting me to try new things, and then I get hooked.
Who, little Linda?
Yes,
Yeah, you're another picky one too.
I am.
You got to try everything once.
I'm glad. Oh yeah, Michelle Johnson.
Alan, yes.
Sent us, both of us, aren't these pretty springy
Beautiful spring cup
cup
towel.
towels?
Thank you, Michelle.
I sure do love them.
I have a tablecloth
That was
that's
so
got the
sweet.
same colors
Oh,
in
really?
it.
Good, good.
They'll be real
Yeah,
pretty.
they'd be real pretty for spring. So thank you, Michelle. Okay.
Questions?
Questions. Do you have any questions? We want y'all to, we're not doing a drawing today. We're going to try to mix up different things, but today we're not doing no drawing. But we would still like for y'all to share.
Yes,
Please
share
share
and
videos.
like each video that
Right.
we do.
And if you're on YouTube, subscribe.
Yes.
And our website is www.pinkymallskitchen.com, and to check out the products that we have for sale. And Linda, you want to announce what we're going to have on there at 11 o'clock today after our video.
Yes. We are opening the inventory for Mama's Story
Yes.
at 11 o'clock
Our Central Time.
Central Time. If you are planning on ordering a book and you want one from the first shipment, You will be able to purchase them at 11 o'clock today.
We don't have the book in hand, but they're being shipped this week.
Yes.
So
And we are beyond excited. We are humbled. I've said this the other day, and it's after our dad died. I know that Mary has mentioned this before. Mother, she was so lost. You know, I mean, we still had us kids, but we were big kids. It wasn't like she had children, little children to take care of. But she wanted to be a missionary.
yes, she did.
And we have first and second cousins in Romania and France that are missionaries. Mama and Molly supported missionaries all their life.
Mother
Our
gets-
churches support missionaries.
I still support missionaries. Yes.
Yes, we do
Yes.
too. And it's just, to me, it just goes in the bottom of my heart to know that Mama is going to be doing missionary work from the
Through her
grave.
book.
Through her
Yeah.
book.
Because that's what she always wanted to do, get the word of the Lord out. And so she's doing her part, and that's a wonderful thing.
So we have so many friends and followers that of all denominations that we love. And if you want an inspiring book, we did tell the 9 parts of Mama's story about Daddy, but there's so much
On
more
YouTube.
in this
Yeah,
book.
It's Mama's life.
Yes.
It's not, it's in her words, her story
Yes.
of her growing up.
And there was, we literally wrote it exactly the way Mama wrote it, with the exception of 2 or 3 little not scripture. Of course, we kept the scripture the same, but 2 or 3 things that we changed that needed punctuation or something corrected. So it's her words.
Right.
It is her
is.
words.
It is.
And
Where
a
it's-
big shout out to our cousin Karen, who deciphered this, who spent many hours typing and formatting this so we could get it to the publisher, and to your granddaughter, to Mindy, Carla's oldest daughter, for designing the cover, which is beautiful. And for all the work that little Linda and Carla has done behind the scenes, and for all of your love and support that enabled us to do this.
Yeah. Little Linda put the little, what is it, that code or
Yeah,
thing
the
on the back, the
barcode
barcode on the back of it.
We got the ISBN
did
number.
the
Little
pictures.
Linda did that, and the pictures, and Carla did a lot of research on this also. And the book is going to, the price of the book, it is paperback, but it has a laminated cover. The price of the book is $20 plus the shipping. Did we say the shipping and handling is $5? Is that correct, Linda? So, and then the tax is figured according to where you're at. So once you do your order and you check out, you'll see what the exact amount is. But
and this, in our logo, that's on our aprons and on the cookbook and on all on the Mama's Book and all, is Linda designed that.
yes, Linda designed that, and that is on the back of our
Yeah.
book. A picture of Mary and I is on the back of it, and then we've got some old pictures in the book also, and an old picture on the cover. And some of you may wonder why we didn't put the picture. There's only one picture, to my knowledge, of all 6 of us of our family, and we didn't put the picture on the book or in the book because we didn't have the original picture.
It was something about the pixels or whatever.
And we
that
couldn't
means.
use that picture, and that's probably the biggest regret that I have, that we couldn't. But Daddy's picture is in it,
Yeah.
and so is Mama's. So anyway, we know that this book, beyond a shadow of a doubt, this book is going to inspire you. It's going to
Well, she
inspire
talks about
you.
when Pentecost first came to East Texas.
East Texas.
She talks about that.
Mama was a very smart woman. She did a lot of research.
Yes, she did.
Before she wrote this.
To make sure that she was correct in what
Yes.
her remembrance was.
And so there's family history, there's East Texas history, there's history of Pentecost. There is she tells from the time she was born all the way
All
up.
the things that she done when she was a kid.
went through, a lot of growing up years, and then she talked about all of us.
She does a tribute to all of us, yeah.
And I was telling Mike last night, I said, she did a tribute not only to her kids, but to her kids' spouses.
Right.
And she did that for all of us. And Mother was, she was always very careful to make sure that she acknowledged the other part of her kids' lives. And and we got really cute envelopes to send them in. So once we're finished with our white padded envelopes that y'all are used to getting books in, the package is gonna be a hot pink. It's a pink envelope, and I think they're really cute.
So when you order one and you see that pink envelope, you know what's inside it.
And we are out of our cookbooks. We do have another order. That's another shipment coming in. We think we'll have them in about 2 weeks.
So if you place an order, well, it's closed, right? For our cookbooks,
Yeah,
our
the inventory is zeroed out for the cookbooks.
Okay.
But I don't guess they could order after they were zeroed out.
No,
right?
it says sold out.
So all of the orders have been shipped, right? That we have.
Other than no, Linda just brought invoices this morning.
Okay.
So the last couple of days, those have not.
Okay.
Because we just got the invoices. So
So,
they'll be shipped out. What is today? Tuesday? By Thursday.
By Thursday, okay.
Yeah.
And if we get the Mama's book, when we're planning on we're gonna do like a little filming of it, right?
Yes, when we get Mama's book in, we're gonna do
A little live.
Live,
Yeah.
yeah.
We're gonna do a little live show, and we'll be probably in our some work clothes because we're gonna be moving boxes and opening boxes. Of course, we're not gonna do the heavy lifting. Chuck and
No,
Mike is gonna
Chuck.
do that.
it's
But,
gonna take all of us.
We
11 a.m. Central Time.
11
People are
o'clock.
watching from different times.
11 a.m. Central
Central
Time. So
Time.
if you on the East Coast, it's going to be 12 o'clock your time. If you're on the West Coast, it's going to be 9 o'clock. They're 2 hours ahead.
yeah, right.
Mountain
Yeah,
Time,
yeah.
it'll be 10 o'clock. I think I got my time.
When
zones right.
on Central Standard Time, on our time, when we finish this video, it
20
should be
27 more minutes.
27 more minutes. Linda said, okay. Linda's so excited. She was calling me last night and telling me, can I do this? Can I do this? Can I do that? We always have to calm down because she's wanting this book out so fast. And I said, don't tell them on Facebook last night. She was going to post. I said, we better wait till tomorrow so we know that it's up. So,
Well, we have to print. Little Linda prints the invoices,
Yeah.
and my reasoning. One of the reasons, anyway, was we needed the invoices printed so we could get started.
yeah,
doing
we
these
can go ahead
and not,
and address the envelopes.
right,
Get-
not print envelopes after, or not print invoices after we've already got them. So part of that we were looking out for you, and the other part is I was really wanting to get it on. So
Yeah.
get it on the website.
So, and all of our cousins is texting us saying, I want one, I want one. Well, they're going to have to go through the website or either meet us or something because
Well, we'll be in Lufkin at Ladies
That's
Conference
right, we
the
will.
24th, 25th, and
A lot of us
26th.
there.
And for our Aunt Faye and Aunt Laverne
Yes.
and Aunt Linda Joyce, we did not tag y'all on
and
this.
Karen.
And Karen, y'all will get a copy
Yes.
from us. So please, none of those names, don't
Right,
order
no.
one because y'all are getting a copy from us. And of course the siblings are getting
Right.
copies for us and for Mom and Daddy's
Mama's
grandchildren.
Yes. Yes.
And I think that things are so different now than it was when we were kids. There was people talk about mental health a lot now. They'll have you hear people say, I'm taking a mental health day. We didn't have that when we were kids. Thank you, Mary. You helped me get dressed. But because there are issues in this book that Mama deals
Yeah.
with,
Yeah.
to me, it lets you know that there is a way out. You do not have to lose hope.
Right.
And that's why we had the subtitle Mama's Story of Love and Hope, because that's what this
all
book
through
embodies.
Mama's life.
Yes.
That's right. But Mama always had hope that things would just, would pan out and improve. She always had that
Yes.
hope.
And keep in mind that I think this is because you grow up with the mindset, and I don't regret my growing up days at all, not whatsoever. But we were raised to be very strong.
Yes, yes.
We-
and thankful.
And thankful. People today deal with things that we didn't have to deal with back then.
Carlin, I was talking about yesterday, sitting on the porch. The kids nowadays, they just don't have the same. They don't comprehend like we did. Being thankful and not putting down your childhood. Nowadays something happens, they think they have the worst childhood in the world when they actually didn't. They're not thankful for what.
And I think
that's a shame.
I think that's one reason
You can't look at life
that
like
if
that.
if you are thankful, it helps keep you humble.
It does,
It
and
helps you keep
and
you
your frame
humble.
of mind, your
Yes.
mental mind will be better if you will always look on the bright side, always on the good side. Because whatever situation you're going through, you can always find something to be thankful for. And if you get your mindset of being thankful always, regardless of your situation, it improves your life and your mental health.
Romans 8:28, all things work together for the good of those who love the Lord. That was the scripture that Mama taught us. But I want to back up and say this too. There are situations and there are illnesses. Our daddy dealt with this. There are illnesses that people cannot pull themselves up out of.
Yeah.
And they,
It is those
with the
situations.
Lord, and sometimes it takes medication to
Yes,
do
it
that.
does.
And that is not a shame. If you're in that situation, you should not let people make you feel less than. If you are, I'm going to tell y'all something funny in a minute. I just thought about it. If you are in a place in your life where you need medication because you need it to help pull you out of this, we are not condemning that.
No,
Don't ever
no,
think we are,
no.
because there are
It's a
there are
chemical
cases
imbalance.
that
It's a
people
chemical
need it.
imbalance. You do need it, yes.
I'm going to tell y'all this, and I'm not going to say the person's name. If she's watching, she'll know who I'm talking about. But years ago, and this is just kind of along the line that I was thinking, it's not mental health, but it's kind of along the line I was talking about. Years ago, this friend of ours, she wore glasses, and she decided God was going to heal her eyes. Sometimes God doesn't heal us. Sometimes, wasn't it Paul that said he had to live with his whatever it was,
Yes.
infirmary or whatever it was? So she decided she was going. She had little kids too. I don't advise any of y'all to do this. So she took her glasses off. She was going to trust God to heal her eyes. And there was a couple little incidents that happened that she put her glasses back on.
Is that right? I don't remember that, but when you started telling that, it reminded me of something that Chuck told us. Chuck reminded me yesterday. Chuck was talking to Carla and I, and there was a lady in Angleton when we went to the church down there, and she wasn't raised at Pentecost, but she came to our church to visit, and she was blind. Legally blind. She could see some, but she was legally blind and wore really, really thick glasses. And she started coming to our church, and it's your faith that does this. And she got prayed for in our church. And like I said, she didn't go to our church. She got prayed, and God healed her eyes. God healed, and she was an elderly lady. God healed her eyes, and Chuck remembered that as a kid because he was going to church
It
there,
made an
and it
impression on him.
reminded me. And yeah, and of course, she started going to our church then, and that was Sister Moore. You remember that? Remember her?
Sure
Sister
do.
Moore.
Well, we do know and we believe that God
You can,
heals.
yes.
We absolutely do. But I also know that there are cases. I mean, the
Yeah.
cemeteries wouldn't have as many people in them if God chose to heal everybody. He doesn't choose to heal everybody.
No.
But I wanna talk again about the mental health. it is no shame to ask for help. And most people that get in, if they're just in a severe depression, I kind of look at it as depression, severe depression, and then mental illness or schizophrenia or whatever has caused this. And I don't even know sometimes if they even know what causes it or not. It just, a trauma in their life or something.
Yeah.
Like with Daddy, it was, him being in the war and the PTSD, which wasn't even,
They didn't know what that was.
it wasn't even
Right.
such a thing as that back in the 40s and 50s. But because you go to church and because you pay your tithes and you support your church and you pray and you live a good life, do not feel like that you're not right with God if something is going on with your mental health, because that is
Job didn't do nothing. Look what he went
yes,
through.
that's an illness just like cancer or diabetes or kidney disease or anything like that. So that's something that's very important to me, that people do not look down on people, that you're people that are strong. You might tend to say, well, why don't you just pull yourself out of it? There
Sometimes
are
they
people
can't.
that cannot pull themselves out of it without either a touch from God or either some medication to help them get to where. And I'll tell you something else. Now, this happened to me personally. Y'all know I'm a talker.
You're on a roll, aren't you?
Yeah. Right after Mama died, that Mike was pretty still in a bad place from his brain tumor. And right after Mama died, I was having, do you remember we was in the parking lot in Kilgore? And I called you. I thought I was having
a heart attack.
a heart attack. I was having chest pains. And I was in my 50s.
Yeah,
This was, several years ago. And Mary made me promise that I'd go to Marshall and go to the doctor. So I did. I went to the doctor and I went in, and I'm not a person. Mary and I, we're each other's sounding boards, and there are times that I gripe and complain, and that I get ashamed of myself. But if something's going on that I don't like, people's taking our stuff or something, and it does irritate you. But I'm not a person to let people know my inside feelings. And Mary knows this, because for years
I know.
I wouldn't even tell her if
I
something
know
was bothering me.
The way she talks, whether there's something, and I can ask her if she's okay, and she says, "Sure, I'm okay." The way she says it, I know that there's
because we
something
know
beneath
each other.
that, and it's the same way with me.
So I went to the doctor. I won't say the doctor's name, but it was there in Marshall, and I went in and told him what was going on, and he said, "You need to go." The doctor's office was just right in the same parking lot as the hospital. He said, "You need to go to the hospital." I said, "I can. I've got this to do. I've got that to do." He said, "You need to go to the hospital." He walked across the parking lot and followed me to make sure that I went. And they admitted me. And I spent the night in the hospital. Mary and Mike showed up, and we had 2 vehicles at that time. And they did all the tests. And Debbie said, both of our sister-in-laws are RNs, and Linnell's retired, and Debbie's still working. But she said, this will happen and that's happened if your heart. And so I was, trying to look for all the signs. And so the next morning I was fine, and they let me go. The next time I went to his office, I guess that I was so weighted down, I just started just bawling.
Is that right?
And I was telling him this, and I was telling him that, and that is not anything I have ever done in my life. I have not done it. And so he said, "You're depressed." He said, he got his script out and he started writing medicine. He said, "I want you to take these." And I went and got them filled, and I took one, and I threw them away. I said, "There's no way I'm going to get dependent on something." And I threw them away. I snapped out of it. I was able to snap out of it. Yeah. My depression at that time was because I just lost Mama, and I was dealing with Mike being sick, and it was just too much on me. But there are people, and there's times in people's life that's not possible. I've seen it. You've seen it.
That you can't snap out of it.
And you have to, you either have to get help, or either God has to touch you to bring you out of it. So don't ever feel like that, that we are putting anyone down if they need to go get help. That's what you need to do, and not lose hope, because when you lose hope is when you don't feel like you have anything left to live for.
Well, the Lord's been good to me. I have had some depression, but I thank God I haven't had it bad. You know, I go through valleys. I guess that's what you call it, valleys where I'm low, and God helped me not to have to ever go through any kind of depression. But I haven't had it bad, and I just thank God for it. I just thank God every day that I have hope. As long as I can look, and that's the way I look at it. I think of something that makes me happy. Think of something that I enjoy.
Stay busy.
Yes,
Stay
and
busy.
just work toward that. Like right now, I'm excited about getting in my yard. I'm excited about getting, doing spring cleaning, and I can get excited about something and never follow through. But it keeps me going.
A lot of it is keeping your mind occupied.
Yeah.
And I don't know if this is scripture or if it's just something Mama always said, our mind is the devil's workshop. She made sure that we were busy, and that's when all four of us are our happiest, is when we are busy doing something for other people.
Yeah.
We love to do that.
Yeah.
And even when we don't feel like it, we want to do it, because we're hard-headed and stubborn, and we like to do
I'm
something.
gonna check that red button.
I can smell it. It smells so good. How much time's left on the timer?
I think it's about time. Well, it says 10 minutes.
Well, it definitely is cooking. I can smell it.
It ain't ready. It's got a little minute.
Okay.
So it is gonna take 10 more minutes, but it sure is smelling good.
It smells
Ooh,
really
it smells
good.
good.
Do we have any questions, ladies?
How much does a cookbook cost? And they several people have asked the website.
Okay.
Not the cookbook, Mama's book.
Mama's book is $20 plus $5 for shipping and handling, and then whatever tax is in your area.
Yes.
So that's what the total book. So the book is going to be different prices for different people because of the tax. But you might say $25 plus your tax.
And some places won't even have any tax. So.
Yeah. So it just depends on your area where you're at. And our website is www.pinkymallskitchen.com. And that's where you go, and that's our website. And you go there and you scroll down, and it'll say products, and it will have our products.
And Mary,
you click on the product, and it takes you to a cart.
why don't you tell them about the recipes, what you were telling me the other day, the older recipes
Oh, the older recipes
for our members.
before we. That one. Okay, that. Okay, I thought you were talking about something else. Okay, on our website, on the membership, some of you cannot find the recipes. All the recipes that we've done from October to today is on our members page. And what you do, it will only show 2 months at one time. It'll only show January and February recipes. But if you'll scroll on down to the bottom on the members page, all the recipes, it will say view all recipes. You click that, and then it'll bring up a few more recipes, but still not back to October. But you scroll on down, and this time, instead of saying view all recipes, it says older post.
And that's what
You click on older post, and October all the way till to January. Anyway, it'll be the older recipes.
Okay.
So that's how you find the older recipes. I know one lady was trying to find that cherry nut cake recipe of Linda's, and I went on it and I said, I couldn't find it. And I called little Linda. I said, Linda, that is not on there. What's happened? She said, Mother, let me go check and see. So she went on there and she says, Mary, it's on there. I said, well, it's not on mine. I'm like you out there, you members. Well, it ain't on mine. So she said, well, Mother, go down there and click older post. I said, I don't see older post. All I see is view all recipes. So I clicked on that, and after I did that, the older post will, and you click on that, and it'll show you the recipes.
And the recipes are printable.
Yes.
And it's $5.99 a month plus whatever taxes in your area.
So I think there's like 51 or 52 recipes on there on our members page. So, and they're all available to the members. So,
any other questions?
I didn't see any. Did you?
okay.
I'm sitting here swinging my feet.
I know it.
I was interviewed on back when I worked in the healthcare system years ago in the 80s, and they did some kind of a something segment. Anyway, I was interviewed by this person, and I was all dressed up and had my hair fixed. My hair actually looked nice. It had, it was not gray, and
Oh, I think your gray hair is pretty.
years ago. And I'm sitting there on live television, and I'm swinging my legs like a little kid.
Well, you're so short. Your feet hang
My feet
off
don't
the
touch
floor.
the floor. And when I started swinging my legs, I thought about that. That was so funny. There's very few chairs I ever sit in unless you can adjust them like our office chair that Mary got us for Christmas, that you can lower that my feet will touch the ground.
I made
Isn't
a arrangement yesterday.
That's
for
beautiful. Did you do the carnations, or did they come like that?
no, they came like that. They Dollar Tree.
They're
There's Dollar Tree
beautiful.
flowers. Only thing on there that come from Hobby Lobby is this, and I think these little picks here came from Hobby Lobby, and the little hats, they came from Hobby Lobby, and the little, I think that's a pipe. Didn't you say that was a pipe, Linda?
Yes, you heathen.
Linda said, Mama, what in the world are you doing buying a pipe? I said, well, I just thought it's pretty. I was just looking at it like it was a
Really
cup.
pretty.
But anyway, it's Dollar Tree stuff. That's all it is.
So have y'all been back to Home Goods?
No, but we may go today.
I want to go back when you can walk through the store. I didn't really get to look that much
I didn't either.
the
I
day
want
they
to go.
open. And not only that, they get new merchandise all the time.
But I have a doctor's appointment at 1 o'clock. This is my 6 weeks checkup.
It's been
It's 6 weeks, and I want to tell y'all, I appreciate all y'all's prayers for praying me during that time of the surgery and all. Because I feel so
You're a
much
different
better.
person.
Feel so much better. Now I'll tell you, for the 4 weeks, I wasn't at the 4-week mark. I wasn't sure I was gonna ever be okay again.
That extra 2
I
weeks.
just
makes
woke
a
up one
difference.
morning. It was on a Sunday morning 2 weeks ago. I didn't feel like going to church, and it just made me feel so bad because I thought, am I ever going to stop being in pain? And I woke up that Monday morning, and I have not had any pain since. I mean, it was like overnight. So somebody's prayers, mine or somebody's, touched God that Sunday, because Monday morning I have been a new person, and I'm so excited about doing everything. I am going to be cautious about picking up stuff.
Yeah,
Eddie.
you still
I
need
will
to watch that.
take precautions, but I can actually do things
You're
without being
full
in
of
pain.
energy.
I am full of energy.
Yes.
I am. So thank the Lord. Thank the Lord. I am so much better. So, man, that is smelling
That
good.
sure does smell good.
That custard. So, do we have anything else? Any other questions?
We had such a good time visiting with our cousins last
At the funeral, we did. We enjoyed that
We
so
enjoyed
much.
it. Really enjoyed it. It's not real often that we get to visit with cousins as much, as what we would like to. We grew up with them. I mean,
Right.
we saw them sometimes 2 or 3 times a week, our cousins.
Yeah, we did. We're close to them. Another thing we want to tell y'all, we're going to start popping up more often.
Yes.
But we may not be together, but we're just gonna, because we can't be together every day. But so Linda and I was talking about, well, just individually, gonna let y'all in on a little bit more of what we do when we're not on camera. So we're just gonna film a little bit. I may film some when I'm working in the yard. We're gonna do different things.
You won't see me working anymore. But if y'all do see us separate,
we're backing each other.
Yeah,
we're just trying to let y'all in more
we
about
can't
our lives.
physically be together 5 days a week as much as we would like to. We just can't do it.
So anyway, and do you want to? Well, my doctor's appointment is at 1 o'clock today. I don't know if you can hang around till I get first to go to Home Goods or not. I don't know. Or we? I don't know if we'll have time to go before.
I've got a few things in Longview I gotta
Have
do
you?
myself,
Okay.
so I'll probably, when we get through, I'll probably go ahead and go and do that.
Okay, Linda, if you want to bring the camera, Linda,
Do you need me to pick that
I
up?
can get it. I can pick it up. But
You
I
need
think
a
it's
hot
not-
holder to put it on? Oh, we're gonna put it on the stove. Oh, that is so good.
I'm gonna test it, but I know it is, but I just I'll just use this. This is not a cake. I'm just gonna make sure. Yeah, come out clean. That's how I know it's done. And show it.
Doesn't that look good?
See how bubbly it is? That's that butter in there, but it'll all soak up when it stops bubbling. I'm gonna turn this oven off. It'll see, it comes out clean. So it's done. And this is what size pan it made. If you'd want it to come up above the thing, you would have put more bread in
And
there.
that's a 2-quart.
And this is a 2-quart. And this is my sauce. See how it got thicker?
Yeah, it sure did.
And I want you to know it is. Let me get this side so y'all can see.
That looks so delicious.
I told Carla this morning, I said, Carla, me and you are not going to do what we done last week on the pie, on the bread pudding I made. We eat so much of this, but it was good. Not at one time, but we eat our share. That's all I'm going to put on there
That
now.
looks really delicious.
And then I have some extra. And it'll sink down in there a little bit too. Now, it's still bubbling. But I'll get us a plate.
You want one?
Up
Just one
there,
of the
Linda.
saucers?
Yeah, give us a saucer. Kind of, it wouldn't hurt to let it cool a little bit, but I'm gonna go ahead and show y'all. You want me to, we'll put it over here on this counter so Linda can see it. Get it right here, the gravy.
Do you need me to pick that up?
No, I think it's not that heavy. And this is really hot. I want Linda to taste it. I'm not going to taste it right now. You want a spoon or fork?
I don't know. I guess a
You want a
fork. Yeah, just take a fork. That
Taste
looks
it.
really, really good. I don't want to burn myself.
No, because, yeah, that caramel's really hot. And that's a caramel sauce. There's lots of kind of sauces that you can put on top of this, but this is like a caramel sauce.
Hot.
Yeah,
Give me just a second here.
yeah. I'm going to work and perfect a custard. I want to try to figure out how Sister Barbara Longmire made that custard. And I'll tell you, I've already tried one thing, and it's not exactly what I want. But I'm gonna perfect it because, and then when I do, I'll give y'all the recipe for the custard sauce. But I'm not gonna do it till I perfect it.
I don't wonder y'all ate all of it. That's delicious.
It is good. Isn't it?
This is gonna be sinful.
Dangerously delicious.
Yes, that
Trust
is
me.
really, really good. Y'all gonna want to make this.
Yeah.
Yes.
It is. It's very good.
It almost tastes like a
like a
king's breakfast or something.
It's amazing.
yeah. But we appreciate y'all staying with us live today, and don't forget to go to our website www.pinkymosskitchen.com, all one word, to check on our Mama's Cookbook.
Inventory is
Inventory.
now open
Open.
for Mama's Story.
Love y'all.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Count your blessings.
Yes. See you tomorrow.